Your car hits the water. Not in slow motion. Not like in the movies. In real life, it is violent, it is loud, and it is fast. The windshield fills with black water in under 60 seconds. And here is the thing that will actually kill you: it is not the water. It is what you do in the first 10 seconds. Most people freeze. Most people grab the door handle immediately and pull. Most people waste the only window of time that matters. And most people drown doing exactly what their instincts told them to do. This is why 99% of people fail to escape a sinking car. And this is exactly what your body needs to do instead. First, understand what is happening to your car. When a vehicle enters water, it does not sink nose first like a stone. According to the principles of basic hydrostatics, the science of how fluids behave around solid objects, your car initially floats. For between 30 and 120 seconds, depending on whether your windows are closed and how airtight your doors are, your car bobs at the surface like a sealed metal box. This is your survival window. This is the only moment where escaping is physically possible without extraordinary effort. After that window closes, the pressure of the water surrounding your doors makes them nearly impossible to open from the inside. This is the rule that saves lives, the STARS method. Stop. Think. Air. Release. Seatbelt. Out. It was developed by Dr. Gordon Giesbrecht, a Canadian hypothermia and cold water survival researcher at the University of Manitoba who has personally tested this escape sequence in real sinking vehicles. Dr. Giesbrecht refers to the first 60 seconds as golden time. Not a figure of speech. Actual survival science with a real timer attached. So what does your body do the moment your car hits the water? Your adrenal glands, two small triangular organs sitting on top of your kidneys, fire a surge of epinephrine, commonly called adrenaline, directly into your bloodstream. Your heart rate spikes. Your vision narrows. Your hands shake. This is not weakness. This is your body triggering what scientists call the acute stress response, redirecting blood away from your digestive system and into your major muscle groups so you can fight or flee. The problem is that inside a sinking car, fighting and fleeing look completely different from what your instincts are screaming at you. Your instincts tell you to call someone. Put the phone down. Your instincts tell you to brace against the seat and wait for the car to stop moving. It will not stop until it hits the bottom. Your instincts tell you to try the door immediately. Do not. Not yet. Here is what actually happens when you try to open a car door underwater. Water pressure is measured in pounds per square inch, psi. At the surface, the pressure outside your door is roughly equal to the pressure inside. But the moment your car begins to submerge just 2 feet, the water outside creates approximately 600 pounds of outward force against your door. You are not strong enough to open it. No human is. That is why panicked people in sinking vehicles are found with their hands still on the door handle, having spent their entire survival window pulling against a force that was never going to move. There is only one moment when a submerged car door can be opened without tools. That moment is when the pressure inside the car equalizes with the pressure outside. And the only way to equalize that pressure is to let the car fill completely with water. Yes. You read that correctly. The counterintuitive truth at the heart of every successful sinking car escape is this: you have to let the water in. That is what the second half of the STARS method is built around. Once you have unbuckled your seatbelt, the first physical action, not the last, you move to the window, not the door. Your window is your primary exit. If it is electric and the car is already submerging, you have a closing window of time before the electrical system shorts out and the motor dies. According to multiple crash survivability studies, most electric windows remain functional for the first 30 to 60 seconds after water entry, even with partial submersion. You press the button the moment the car hits water. Not later. If the window does not open, you need a glass breaking tool. A spring-loaded center punch, a small metal device roughly the size of a marker, which stores mechanical tension and releases it in a single concentrated point when pressed against a surface, shatters a car window with almost no physical strength required. It works underwater. It works one-handed. This is the tool that the U.S. Army Survival Manual FM March 5, 70 and Emergency Vehicle Egress Training Programs recommend as the single most important piece of equipment to keep in a vehicle. It costs less than $15 and fits in a cup holder. If you have no tool, you do not punch the glass. Glass is not broken by blunt force distributed across a fist. Glass is broken by a concentrated point of impact at the corner edge of the window, where the structural tension of the pane is weakest. Use a headrest prong. Use a key pressed into one hard corner strike. This is not guaranteed. A glass breaking tool is always the correct answer. Now, back to the scenario. The water is in. The windows are down or broken. This is where the third phase of the crisis kicks in. Water temperature. In a river, a lake, or any body of water below 70 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly 21 degrees Celsius, your body's cold shock response fires within the first 3 to 5 seconds of full immersion. Cold shock is a specific physiological event distinct from hypothermia, which is the gradual cooling of your core body temperature. Cold shock is immediate. It causes an involuntary gasp reflex, your throat literally opens and tries to inhale without your permission, followed by hyperventilation, a sudden racing of your heart, and a paralysis of your swimming muscles that can occur within 1 minute of immersion. Researchers at the Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences identified this sequence as the leading cause of drowning in cold water vehicle submersion events. Not hypothermia. Cold shock. In the first 60 seconds. This is why the air matters. Before the water reaches chest level inside your vehicle, you tilt your head up toward the roof and take 3 to 5 deep, controlled breaths. This is not calming yourself. This is a physiological preparation for cold shock. Slow, deep breaths before immersion measurably reduce the involuntary gasp reflex. You are preloading your lungs with oxygen and overriding the hyperventilation cycle before it starts. Then you go out the window. Head first. Pull yourself through the frame. If the car is upright, you push toward the surface, toward the light, toward whatever direction your bubbles travel, because your bubbles always rise, and in the darkness of a submerged car, bubbles are the only compass you have. Let us look at a real case. In 2003, a fishing guide named Chad attempted to cross a flooded road near Bozeman, Montana in his truck. The current swept the truck off the edge into the river in under 4 seconds. The water reached his chest in 40 seconds. He did exactly what his instincts told him. He pulled on his door handle repeatedly. The door did not move. He pulled his seatbelt off only when the water reached his chin. He had one breath left when he broke his window with the prong of his headrest. He surfaced 12 feet downstream. He spent 22 seconds underwater. He survived because he broke the window at the last possible moment. He was lucky. The STARS method would have given him a 40-second head start. There are roughly 400 vehicle submersion deaths per year in the United States alone, according to data published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The majority of those victims were not trapped by structural damage. Their doors were intact. Their seatbelts were functional. They had exits. They simply did not know the sequence, and the window of golden time closed before their instincts could be overridden. The modern mirror of this is simpler than you think. Your body runs the same acute stress response in a traffic jam, a heated argument, or a sudden piece of bad news. The same epinephrine spike. The same narrowed thinking. The same pull toward the first instinct, not the correct action. The difference between people who escape a sinking car and people who do not is not strength, not luck, not even calm. It is the presence of a preloaded decision. A practice sequence that your body can execute when your conscious mind is too flooded to think. This is what survival science actually teaches. Not how to be fearless. How to have already decided. So remember this. If your car ever hits water, you do 4 things in order. Seatbelt off first. Window down or broken second. Breathe toward the air pocket third. Exit through the window the moment the pressure equalizes, fourth. You do not touch the door handle until the car is completely full of water. You do not wait for help. You do not call anyone. Your car hits the water. The clock starts. You already know what to do. That is the only thing that was ever going to save you.